Oh my god. Oh, there's so much destruction. These launchers are insane. Hello everybody, Gray Steel Plays, and we're back with more Total Tank Simulator, no time for BS. So the noobs from Poland have released a massive update for Total Tank Simulator. There is a lot of new stuff here, including a secondary heavy tank, new heavy tanks, anti-cannon stuff, more artillery, launchers, landmines, all kinds of stuff. Now both of these sides here have a much fuller roster of units, which is awesome. On top of that, you can also select maps, which there are quite a few, which is really neat. I really enjoy that. And there's also a destructible terrain feature. It's a little bit resource heavy right now, so I'm kind of not going to use it. I want to set up some big old attacks using some of these brand new tanks, including the super heavy tanks for both the German and the Soviet side, and we're going to see what they can do against one another. Also, a new favorite of mine, the Katyusha launcher. Holy shit, this thing is amazing. Wait until you see it. You'll get an idea. All right, here's the setup that we've got. Pretty generic. I just wanted to try a bunch of these new units here. We have some of the super heavy tanks as well as regular heavy tanks, and then a little bit of the secondary heavy tanks on the Soviet side. I also wanted to use these Katyusha launchers because they are really cool, and I wanted to show you guys them, along with some heavy artillery. Should have some fun there. The Germans using their super heavy tanks, and some Goliath robot mines as well. If you click on this, you get to know a little bit about them. Basically, it's a robot mine. It moves around somehow, and it blows things up, I assume. I don't know. I haven't really messed with it. There's a couple of officers' cars around. Officers' cars are a new type of unit. Just kind of like how the Soviet side has those Katyusha launchers. These guys have these, like, buffing units over here. Basically, what they do is they boost stats within the range, and they kind of, like, hang out behind the forces, so to speak. On top of this, we also have some artillery and some additional anti-tank cannons. Let's get this freaking crap going. What map should we use? Let's do the Deep Forest. That sounds interesting. Here's all your camera movement abilities. Oh, sweet mother of God. And the fight is on. You can see there is right there, all those different stars kind of shows you what's getting buffed. Let's move down to the thick of things. We have F now for super slow motion. Holy crap, that tank right there just ricocheted a big old shot and got blasted into the nether realm. Holy shit. Over here we've got, oh wow, look at how deep these dips are. I wonder if they're intelligent enough to try and get out of this. You can see right over here is Katyusha launchers trying to launch over the hill, but not doing very well. All the bullets are getting caught right there. Now over here, we have all these heavy artilleries raining down death. Let's follow the shells. I think they just hit a bunch of their own men. A couple of, oh wow, holy shit. They just took down this car and flipped it on over. Oh, the officer's car is down. I think they get a little bit of a negative bonus if the officer loses the car. It said something like a +10 to firing range or firing while they're in. Oh, check this out right here. This is a much more accurate representation of that heavy tank that the Soviets had, which someone once said looks like a washing machine on top of some tank treads. Over here cresting the hill and getting absolutely mowed down. Oh my God. The Germans are starting to push on the flank. There's a whole slew of guys just sitting in this pocket. What a terrible place to be. Let's go ahead and slow things down. Hold on. Let's see if we can get any of these bullets incoming. Right here, you can see a shell incoming. Look at it. Bam! Rocketed right off that freaking tank, and that tank is dust. Oh my God. A couple of artillery shells still incoming. We've got some supply lines going on over here. You can see those rocket batteries over here reloading so that they can continue to fire. But man, the Germans have really pushed forward. The Soviets still have a large battery of anti-tank weaponry over here. The only problem is in close proximity, these rocket launchers stand no chance. Oh my God, that was 3 of them all at once right there. One poor bastard still alive. Run, man! You poor jerk! He's down. Another Katyusha launcher right over here, all alone, kind of using the debris from all of his fallen comrades as cover. Oh my god. We still have this large battery of heavy artillery firing shells randomly. Not really able to hit anything though because of the embankment here. What sort of things do we have left on the German side? They have these anti-tank cannons, but there's no tanks left. So really, it's just a large squadron of German tanks versus all of this artillery. Whoa! Where's that coming from? It's coming from the anti-tank cannons over here. They're starting to actually fire at the artillery. This is it. The tanks are now pushing up. Those anti-tank cannons have landed a huge amount of firepower. And look at them just, hold on, look at them just plow through the debris. They're actually taking fire from their own men. And the Soviets lose dramatically to the Germans. Right here we can see the various damage that was taken on all sides. Looks like there are quite a few of the anti-tanks and the heavy artillery that were all left alive on the German side. Let's get some real crazy fights going. All right, here we have a line of super heavies backed with heavies, but now I want to see death rain from the sky as both sides have their particular heavy artillery. The Soviets using those Katyusha launchers one more time, the Germans using their heavy artillery. I really want to see the lights and the sky filling up with giant launchers. Let's go ahead and fight on a more classic snowy sunrise. That sounds interesting. Let's fight on that and see what it kind of looks like here. I've never actually fought. Oh, yeah. Nice and clean. Oh, wow. Everything is pretty damn slow, though, because of how many vehicles is on the board. Here we go! Oh my god, look at it rain death! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, there's so much destruction! These launchers are insane! The super heavies from the Soviet side are doing an excellent job absorbing a ton of damage. You can see a couple of the rockets now out of ammunition. They're going to have to go back. And over here, this massive, massive line of heavy artillery from the Germans. Let's see what happens. They are firing off right here. Let's follow all these shells. Wow, there's nothing. Wherever they fire, they leave nothing left behind. Right there, you can see, I think that's a KV-2 or a KV-1 trying to survive. No, there's no way. Now the launchers. Over here, it looks like a Soviet bombardment on a couple of German tanks that have managed to come deep into the Soviet lines. Oh my god, there's so much destruction. Look at all these supply houses. They're all completely destroyed. Hold on, let's get way down here for this lone tank that has pressed all the way up. Wow, a ricochet right off of that vehicle right there completely demolishes it. There's another vehicle over there. This single tank is single-handedly, it has now destroyed 3 units. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it to fire one more time and follow the round. Okay, let me see here. Let me see if he can get a shot off on this guy. This is gonna be cool if he can do it. He's starting to move up. He's creeping up, baby. We're gonna follow him. Can he creep? No. Wow. Holy crap. Is there anyone left? There is a single lone bastard way in the back. Look at the rain of shells from that artillery battery from the Germans. The Germans, a sweeping victory again. Holy shit. Okay, let's do something else. This is going to be the fight of the light and medium tanks. We've got light and medium tanks on the Soviet front versus the light and medium tanks on the German front. I love you guys. I just wanted you to know that. Let's go put these things to the test over in the desert. Here we are, the sands of the desert. And remember, much love. They're rushing in here. What will reign supreme, the light and medium tanks of the Soviets, or what is typically the faster firing light and medium tanks of the Germans? Holy crap, these guys can really book. Look at them flying all over the field. A nice flat field here. Let's go ahead and slow down and watch a couple of shells. Look at these shells incoming here. Bam! That shell ricocheted right off the tracks of his own man. That sucks. Friendly fire is always on. In this particular game, we've got one shell that looks like it's gonna overshoot its target here. Let's go ahead and follow, though. Yep, that was a total overshot. Right here, this is a good shot, though. Oh! Oh, it went underneath the tracks? How did that even miss? I don't even know. We've got a shell going flying way up there. Let's see if we can follow another shell. Here's one more coming into the rear tailpipe. That one totally missed. I don't know what happened. Looked like a shell went right through the tracks over here. Look, the tracks are all messed up. That's pretty cool. These, it looks like these tanks now show damage. Well, sort of. Like a very light damage. Oh, this shell is caterwobbling through the air. What the hell happened? An explosion right in front of us. It's doing a full flip, doing gymnastics. That's so cool. Oh, I love the slow motion option that they added to this game. Wow. That tank went across the entire field. Holy Jesus Christ. All right, coming up here, things look actually pretty similar. No, maybe the Russians have a few more men, mainly because of the light tanks incoming here. Let's go ahead and drop back down and do some super slow motion. Let's watch some different rounds going. That round ricocheted off the ground, still ended up hitting that tank, and you saw it take that damage. And now that shell just goes flying off into the stratosphere. The Germans are pushing back big time. Oh my God, I thought that the Soviets definitely had a win on their hands, but no. The Germans are like, fuck you guys. They are just shooting up a storm. Look at this hail of bullets and gunfire. Down here, the lone grouping of ultralight tanks that are left. I don't think that they have any level of chance against this German assault. And with one man left, the final round, we caught it right there. The final round comes soaring in for a decisive win for the Germans. All right, this time I'm kind of doing a light fight here because I want to turn the destructible terrain on for you guys just to kind of see what happens. So we've only got about a little under 30 units for each side, just a smattering of all the different tanks. A couple of super heavies, a couple of heavies, some artillery, some light artillery, some of the launchers over here, and then an officer car kind of in the middle of the German units. We are in the Windy Hills here. I'm sorry, the canyon, I should say. And let's see what happens with this destructible terrain. Already we have one shell incoming. That was a miss. Okay, so immediately it looks like there's like some damage that kind of remains on the ground. Holy shit. Some definite frame loss. What's with the unhappy faces? Look at the unhappy faces. Oh, it's because the officer died. That's what it is. Holy crap. There is just shells being laid down. Not too much happening with the shells. I think it is probably a little bit too much a performance hit to go ahead and activate the destructible terrain. I would probably leave it off because we were getting about 100 units used with no real decrease in performance before. Now there's a definite decrease in performance, and we only have about, I don't know, maybe 20 out right now. Now, it looks like the tanks are able to repair themselves if they kind of sit in one spot long enough. That's kind of interesting. I really like that. You can kind of get back in the fight even if their tracks are destroyed. Oh my God. Once again, the Soviets are just getting their asses whipped. Over here, we've got a couple of tanks that have really pushed up. There's a few artillery units that are kind of left back here, but I don't know, man. I don't think they're going to be able to do very much. Once the tanks close in, there is nothing that can save these guys. Let's watch this artillery shell over here. It doesn't look like it's going to be good, though. Gonna land probably right next to this unit. Let's see, where does it land? Oh, wow, way back, way in the back. So that did absolutely nothing. And more death rains from the sky as the Germans almost certainly will take this particular fight. What is this, one unit left? Maybe two? All right, well, there was 2 units. Now there's only 1. A lone artillery unit gets smoked to hell by the Germans. And folks, I just wanted to real quick show some of you guys at least a few of the brand new units and a lot of these new maps for Total Tank Simulator. I want to get some additional setups going. They look really cool, and I'm glad that they added just a lot more units, and some of these units are looking more historically accurate, and I think you guys will enjoy that. A lot of new maps, too. Very cool. I want to continue to see, like, more physics, though, for the blowing up. More things getting knocked over and stuff, perhaps. A little bit more damage effects. That would be fantastic. I'm not sure what it would do to the performance. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Total Tank Simulator. Until next time, folks, stay foxy and much love.